Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. This is stream number two of two. My name is Tawana Yvette. I am the one, the only Black Butterfly Goddess, fourth generation intuitive healer, psychic medium, and spiritual guide. How did I get all of that out so fast? I wonder. We had some internet issues a minute ago. My box decided to reset itself, and since I'm not on my iPad, it didn't switch over to 5G versus having to depend on the Wi-Fi. So I have my moderators and a few people getting ready to come into the live, and I'd like to wait for them um, to go ahead and start, or at least one or two of them. They are logging in as we speak. But as we wait for them, we had a few cards that came out already, and I would like to show them again once they come into the room. Um, my mother runs the live and my life. She has transitioned 25 years ago. She transitioned, and I had no idea she's been by my side ever since until last year. I found out I've known for 2 years now that my mother, has been by my side for 25 years now, and so she runs the live and my life, I like to say, on TikTok. The reason we are moving over to YouTube is because we can control things a little bit more. It's a calmer space. It's not filled with, negativity, people who like to bring about negativity. Um, and things like that. So I wasn't listening to my ancestors a few weeks ago when they told me to switch over to YouTube, and my ancestors, they like to kind of turn up the volume, like the old song said, pump up the volume. They kind of like to turn the volume up just a little when I'm not listening, and I wasn't listening. I received a violation on TikTok a couple of months ago for harassment and hate speech. I just told somebody I love them, and someone was upset that they weren't getting the attention they thought they deserved. There was another member who was in a depression, and she needed that love. So I was blocked. Well, appealed that. I was fine. Everything was good. And tonight, someone came in and called me some sort of a nun, but I was telling a story about an email that I received where I was called every bee and gardening tool that there is. And so, because I was using those words, I got a violation, and now I'm not allowed to go live until September 4th. But as I was on on the phone with my two moderators, I said, you know what, let's try YouTube. It's a calmer space, it's a more controlled space. So that's what we did. We came on over to YouTube, and I'm just waiting for them to come in. And once they come in, um, we will get this reading started in just a second. I am trying to make sure they can see. Because they are supposed to be coming on. I am waiting for them, but while I am waiting for them, not only am I a fourth generation intuitive healer, psychic, and spiritual guide, the spiritual guide side of things, I'm sure you're wondering, what is a spiritual guide? A spiritual guide is like a coach. And what I do is I take people through their trauma and lead them from their darkness into their light. And I give them hello. We had a Wi-Fi reset, and it because I'm not on my iPad, which would have normally switched just to 5G. It took it down instead. So I'm naming this stream two of two, and then I'll go back and try to edit the videos and make them one. Um, as soon as everybody comes back, I will go ahead and repeat these cards quickly and then finish up the rest of the reading. Yeah, but normally I'm on my iPad, so it doesn't matter if the reset is done in the middle of the night because it would just switch to 5G. But because I couldn't do it from my iPad, it did its own little thing and then cut it off. It wasn't one of those warning things. It was literally a Wi-Fi thing. So I'm waiting for Mama Ginger to come back and Johnny to come back, and Donna they are on their way back into the room. But in the meantime, I was saying that I have a program, and it's funny that you're the first one who popped on. Amina is part of my spiritual guidance program. I don't like to call it coaching or mentoring anymore. Hello, my love. I like to call it guidance because I'm not like a hard coach, and I feel like coaching is overused. Um I don't like the word mentor because I feel like mentor takes away from the things that I do. So I'm choosing to switch my business to spiritual guidance. Um, and what that means is, and it's funny because it's part of my logo, guiding you from your darkness to your light. It means that I'm guiding you. I'm not doing the work for you. You're doing the work. I'm just guiding you on your path to light. So I wanted to say that because I always say I'm a fourth generation intuitive healer, psychic. I've added medium, Donna, because people don't seem to understand when you say psychic. Mediumship is often included, and yeah, the energy involved in that is extensive. So I've added that just to kind of give people a um little bit of a warning or a little bit of a heads up that mediumship is something that happens with me. And then I switched it to spiritual guide instead of spiritual mentor or spiritual coach. um so that's what we're doing here. Number two, I did not listen to my ancestors a few weeks ago when they told me to come off TikTok and go to YouTube, and that was because I allowed my fears to take over. I allowed my fears of being seen on a larger platform take over. I allowed my fears of what if I don't make it take over. What if people don't like my videos take over. There was a lot of things going through my head that I hadn't talked to with anyone, as to why I didn't switch to YouTube. And I should have, because it's a much calmer platform. There's We have a lot more control over the people that are here, and I actually like it better. So it's not always going to be me just talking or whatever. I do have a message for everyone. I was just waiting for Miss Johnny and Mama Ginger to return. There she is. Look, I mentioned her name, and here she is, Mama Ginger. What are you over there doing? I just mentioned your name, and poof, there you are. What's up with that? What's up with that, Mama? So it was Mama, it was It was just an internet reset thing. You know how sometimes the internet will reset in the middle of the night, and I guess they don't realize some of us work in the middle of the night. So it was an internet reset, and by the time I got back, it had messed up the chat, and so I just ended that live and did, number 2 of 2. Um, yeah, it was just an internet reset. That was it. That was it. The internet, the box reset itself. So that's all. But the first card was take a breath. And we know what that means. I'm just going to quickly go over the cards that were in the last one. Take a breath. A lot of times when we're going through things, we need to take a breath and figure things out before we go jumping and getting upset and things like that. The next one was slow it down. Our ancestors did things very mindfully and slowly. If you remember, your grandmother used to sit on the porch after dinner. They wouldn't eat in 2 minutes. They would eat at the table with everybody. There was a discussion. They did things slowly. They still do things slowly. Think about the manifestations you've wanted in your life. We're like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And they're like, we'll do it in our time. And if you ever notice, it comes right on time, but it's slower in our mind, right? In our world, it's slower, but it's always right on time because that's the way they work. That's the way spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, and deities work. It comes in their time, not ours. And we wouldn't be so, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, if this 3D world didn't suck. So the next one was speak your truth. Speak your truth. Who has a right to tell you what your truth is? I told a story in part 1 where I had a conversation with my daughter last night, and I asked her what made you come back to my life? What made you allow me to speak to the kids again? And it was, I saw something different. You see something different because I speak my truth. I did my shadow work. I processed my feelings in my shadow work. So those were the first cards. Now the next set of cards, Mama Lorraine, she's saying, y'all, cut your losses. Those things, those people, that way of life that you feel are losses, they're not. They weren't supposed to be there to begin with. We let them in. We bond over trauma. Think about that. Oh, girl, you went through a divorce too. Oh, me too. Oh, you were assaulted as a child. Me too. Those are trauma bonds. Those aren't true friendships. True friendships are, girl, look, I just need to make sure you're okay. You're all right? Okay. I got you if you're not. I'm just learning that there are actually people out there who do that. A lot of them are on this platform right now with me. Mama Ginger was like, girl, your camera ain't working. What's going on? When I woke up, I didn't even realize I'd probably tripped over the camera when I got in bed last night. Didn't realize the plug that goes into the surge protector had come up a little bit. But Mama Ginger was on it. Tink was on it. Both of them sent me message. Something ain't right. No, 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 ma'am. No, ma'am. You have a wonderful new friend. That's great. Hey, hey, you're back. It took strength for us to do our shadow work. Shadow work takes strength, y'all. Shadow work's not for the weak. It is not for the weak. And it is definitely it takes strength to do it. To be able to look at that ugly self in the mirror, who you truly are at your core, what you truly have been through in your life, the trauma you have faced, it's ugly. It don't matter how much makeup you put on, which earrings you have on, how your hair is done. To look into the mirror of shadow work, it's ugly. What you've done wrong, the decisions you've made, it's ugly. But you have to do it. It's a must. And it's funny that the what you call it, the internet reset, as I was saying. Mama Lorraine putting a message out tonight. It's funny that that's when the internet went out, because to have these cards come out in such a way, Mama Lorraine is it. Lord have mercy. Oh my God, y'all are crazy. Y'all are so funny. The next one is do nothing. Here we go with the ancestors again. Right, y'all? Right? Am I wrong? We put a request out to the ancestors. And what you mean do nothing? Where's it at? I need it now. There was a commercial back in the day. I need it now. They didn't do things fast. They did things slow with intention. But we're like, hey, I need it now. No, you need it when you need it. Not in the beginning. You need it when you need it. Period. Exactly. On their time, not ours. Not ours. You need it when it's time for transformation. That's when you need it. You need it when it's time for your transformation. And I love this card because does she look scared, as I say? Does she look scared of anything? She doesn't look afraid of anything. And then she got two, when we were younger, when I was younger, Doberman pinchers were the dogs to be afraid of. We didn't know anything about our cane corsos or anything else, but let a Doberman pinscher come out of an alleyway. Run, run, because we knew nothing. We didn't even know anything about pits, really. Doberman pinchers were the dogs to be afraid of growing up. But she doesn't look scared. But let somebody approach her. That's that transformation. Let somebody approach her. They gonna get it. It would be like me walking X, my dog nephew. I always have my sister laugh because I said, sometimes when he has to go to the bathroom at 3 a.m., I be walking down my neighborhood like this, 3 a.m. Because he's a cane corso. Who's gonna mess with me? Who's gonna mess with me? Not a soul. With that big thick neck he got. Who's gonna mess with me? So I walk like I'm staying alive, staying alive. Like really. Cause ain't nobody gonna mess with him. I walk around just like her. Like, go ahead. Try me. You'll be having a transformation. You might be missing some parts, but you'll be having a transformation. The next one is some things are meant to be. And those things that are meant to be are going to come towards you. If it's meant to be, it will come toward us. Sometimes we feel like something is meant to be and it's not. It's not. We just so feel like something is meant to be and it's not. My friend Tay, the one who comes on TikTok a lot, she says, "Ty," that's what she calls me, "Ty, reasons, seasons, and lifetime." Some people come into your life for a reason. Some people come into your life for a season. But some people come into your life and they're meant to be lifetimes. And the hard part is to distinguish who they are. And she's right. She is right. So a lot of times when we are going through those transformations, we have to see what's meant to be. Who's meant to be in our life? What's meant to be in our life? What are we meant to be in our life? I thought I was always meant to be somebody's assistant until I got so confused a year and a half ago that I couldn't do the same job that I did for White House appointees, and it was much less work. I I, I kept getting confused. I couldn't do it. I wasn't meant to be in that space anymore. I was meant to be here. I was meant to be encouraging people. I was meant to be teaching people. I wasn't meant to be working for people anymore. I was meant to be giving people hope. I was meant to be giving people messages from their loved ones. I was meant to be getting people their tea when I wake up. Oh, the Corsos? Yeah, buddy. Them Corsos? Nobody wants nothing. You don't want no smoke with a Corso. They are solid muscle. My dog nephew ain't an ounce of jiggle on him. He is solid muscle. Even to put the pinch collar on him, because when I walk in my neighborhood, so many people do have out of control dogs, like out of control pits and stuff. I put the pinch collar on him so that I have more control of him. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me. Somebody said to me one day, "Is that your dog?" I said, "It sure is," and kept walking. So now they don't know if I own a dog or not. When he's here, he's here. When he's not. But nobody knows when he's here and nobody knows when he's not. He'll sit outside. Sometimes if I sit outside in the middle of the night, he'll sit right outside with me, laying on his bed, just chilling. He won't stand up and go crazy and start barking at people. He will just lay out there just chilling. Yep, he's mine. So now I can be the weird lady with a Corso a silent Corso. The next card is intuition. How many of us have not listened to our intuition? If I could raise my feet, I would, but my stomach muscles are like, nah, girl, it ain't gonna happen. How many of us have ignored our intuition? I ignored my intuition so bad last year that it cost me. It cost me so much. Secret Squirrel saw the document of what it cost me. But it also cost me 2 months of sitting on my recliner, confused. not knowing what to do, not even knowing how it happened. It was such a whirlwind. And she still tries. She still tries, but I leave it alone. So, excuse me, guys, that's my daughter. Sometimes she tunes into my TikToks at night, so I'm letting her know where I am so she doesn't worry when she sees the message. And the last card is the Law of Attraction. Finally happy to see a good card, Mama Lorraine. We finally happy to see a good card, Mom, because you've been hitting us hard with these other ones. How many of y'all think Mama hit us hard tonight? Mama got us, and there's only 4 of us here. Look what she did. She got us. Like mama she was kicking A and taking names tonight, right? But she gave us the law of attraction at the end. And you know how she likes to give us hope at the end. She always does that. That's her way of operating. When I put these cards together, by the time I put them together, I don't remember what they are because of the seizures that I have. But what we put out, ladies, is what we're going to get back. Oh, thank you. I had planned on messaging the people who I know are for me on TikTok today and letting them know where to find me every night moving forward. So thank you. Hi, thank you. You're here. You had just said it. You had just said it, Miss Johnny. Karen, I'm so happy to see you. Thank you. I had just finished up and I was saying that the last card was Law of Attraction, Karen. You don't want to see the others. Trust me. Mama cut deep tonight. She was cutting us up deep. I'm let me see if my wound is still healing because she cut so deep. I think it is. Okay, yeah, I'm safe. Nothing's coming out of there. Um she was hitting hard tonight. She brought out the shadow work. She brought out the cut your losses. She brought all of that stuff out, like for real, for real. But you guys, yes, I for those of you who didn't hear me say it earlier, my ancestors wanted me to transition to YouTube a couple of months ago when I got a violation and the live just shut down. And I didn't listen. Right? Look, I had to read them cards to y'all, and I felt called out. I'm like, why are you telling folks my business, mama? Why are you telling people my business? So, the last time I got a violation, I don't remember if you guys remember the last time my live just shut down. And me and my 2 folks were on three-way, and I was saying, I think it's time for us to move to YouTube. But then they took the violation off and I continued on TikTok. Now, the downside to YouTube is I don't know if I can still market my readings, but I will find out. But right? Just because I was repeating what someone sent to me. Like, isn't that crazy? Just because I repeated what someone sent to me. Isn't that nuts? Oh, I can? I didn't know that. I've got to figure that out then. But I still want to be able to market my readings. I still want to be able to do on the spot readings for people. So I'm going to send the message to people to you guys don't forget to okay. Don't forget to turn your little subscribe thing on so that you get notified when I'm on. This way I don't have to text a million people. Okay, so there has to be a way for me to do a green screen. Okay, I'll figure that out today. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, guys, just make sure for those who haven't done it, like Miss Johnny, who's on it, make sure you do the little subscribe thing. So since there's only 5 of us here, I'm gonna pull a card for all 5 of you. I thank you for being here. I thank you for following me. I thank you for being loyal. I thank you for not cussing me out and calling me a B and an H because I canceled your free appointment that you didn't know what time it was. I thank you for all of that. The free appointments are no longer. I do now charge $25 non-refundable to meet with me because if I told you guys how disgusting that woman was when I told her I was canceling her appointment, if I even shared half of what was said, you all especially well Mama Ginger knows and Amina knows. But yeah. Um I don't know how I kept my calm. This one was fighting to get in. GGJ was fighting. I don't know how I kept calm because I was getting told STFU. Unlike you, I've got time. BI. Um, you don't help nobody. And I was saying things like, call me everything you want, let it all out. All it says is how you felt about me to begin with. I know people at Homeland Security still because I did receive a threat. She lied on the first email. She lied in the first message and said she never got an email. But everybody here who has scheduled something with me knows that you get an email as soon as you book with me, and then you get a reminder a few days before that, and then you get another reminder a few days before that, and then you get a text. And she finally admitted she got an email. She called me a scammer. I said, "Oh, now you have the email when you said you never had one," and I laughed at her. And the last thing I said to her is, "My whole life is accountability. Take yourself to a therapist. That's what you need. You're a sick individual." Um, it was quite an experience because it was like a test. Thank you. Like I had Sean. May I call you Sean? Because we call each other, or do you want me to call you by your TikTok name? Because I want to be respectful. You know how I like to be respectful. Sean, what am I scamming you out of when I gave you a free session? That's That's what I had to I was lost. I was like, scamming? Scamming would be if you paid the full $153 price for a reading, but out of the kindness of my heart and your situation, I gave you a free session plus reading, and I'm the scammer? And so I really had to think about it. I really had to think about it. Each answer, I had to think about it because I'm like, how do I respond to this without losing my SHYT? I never called her a name. All I said was, this is the way you felt about me the entire time. This shows this is the way you felt about me the entire time. You didn't respect me. You just wanted something free out of me. Go ahead, let it out. But this is the way you felt about me the entire time. Then I woke up tonight to another one. I think all of you were online. Yes, all of you were online. When remember I put my laptop next to my iPad because I was like, I'm not going to cut the live if this person doesn't show up a couple of days ago. I think all of you were on my live, and she didn't show up, and she sends me this message about, I'm sorry, I didn't know when my appointment was. I misplaced the thing. How'd you get scammed, Sean? What happened? Oh, I'm like on a free reading. Please tell. How to help me? You remember. So it was, I read it this morning. It was one of the people who I just put the laptop to the side because I said they're not going to show up. And then I closed the laptop out 5 minutes after, begging for another chance. So I said, book through the same link. Then I forgot that I turned the link off. So that's another one on TikTok that's going to hate me and report me because it is not my problem when you don't know when your reading is. Amina can tell you, you get 3 emails. By the time you have your meeting with me, you get 3 emails plus a text. And then after, you get another email. Why is it my responsibility to keep up with your meeting date when you scheduled the meeting? That's not how things work. That's not how things work. So if you are scheduling a meeting, then you need to remember when it is. When I schedule a meeting with someone, I go into my calendar app and then I add it. You see? That's my calendar for the next couple of days. Each thing has a different color. Sean, of course I'll do that for you. Of course. It's no problem. Because I know you're going to show up. Exactly. Exactly. The only time I have not shown up for a meeting, and I think the 2 people that it happened with are in the chat, I had a seizure. I had a seizure. And sometimes when I have a seizure, I can't even lift my phone. Sometimes when I have them, I can't even lift my phone. But that's the only time that I don't make it to readings. And that's something I can't control. That's something that's no. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. Why you like to be throwing out 3/4 of the deck? I'm trying to pull one card for each person. And she does too. Amina. You got Imagine and Journey. Girl, imagine your journey. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Mama Ginger, you got Imagine. What's wrong? What? Why y'all imagination not active? Aren't we supposed to be imagining our cruise? Oh, you know what? Since there's only 5 people on here, because I don't like mentioning it when there's 100 people on the live. Our cruise. Would you like to reschedule for Saturday? We can do Saturday at 11. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. No. Saturday. Oh, yeah. Since I canceled. Since I canceled her, we can do Saturday at 11. Is that good for everybody? Because at 2, I am one of 5 panelists chosen from 600 people with Dr. Lauren, who owns 3 television networks. Girl, I damn sure ain't talking about 11 p.m. Well, you know what? What is it? What's better for y'all? I forgot about that. We usually awake at night anyway. She said, "Dang, you're organized." PM? Which one? Put PM or AM? If we do PM, can we push it to like 12 AM? Because I'm not going to go to sleep till after 5. Yes, ma'am. We can push it. So if you want to push it to 1 p.m., I have to be off by 1:45 p.m. We can do it at noon Eastern time, which would be 9 Pacific. So is everybody okay with 9 a.m. Pacific, or PM is better? Okay, then I need it to be midnight or 1 a.m. because I'm going to go down. Yeah, I'm going to sleep at 5 p.m. because I have that panel. Okay, let me put it on the calendar. Oh, no, I have it on the cruise invite. That's right. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Copy. All right. I'm sending it to Amina, Donna, Miss Johnny. Miss Karen, I don't have a recent message from you. So can Miss Johnny, can you share it with her, please? AM, 1 AM, Amina, since all of us are up. So that's 10 PM, Washington. Yes. I sent you the link, sis. That's not what I wanted. Y'all don't laugh at me with all my cups. Girl, I sent it to you. Check the calendar, y'all. It's at 1 AM for me because I'm gonna need some sleep. I'm on a 2-hour panel from 3 AM to 4 AM. My daughter is saying something about she's looking something up in TikTok for me. Okay, so I did Mama Ginger, I did Amina. We're gonna do Sean, Miss Sean, Johnny. Thank you. Thank you for sending it to Karen. Yeah, if I don't, why mama, oh, Miss Johnny, why mama giving you 4 cards? Huh? Ew. She gave you the ick card. Oh, I hate this card. I hate this card. Oh God. Oh. Oh. Okay. So the first card is belonging. May you welcome yourself home. Miss Johnny, why do you feel like you don't belong? in some way, shape, form, group, or fashion. Mama, check your text. I got your number, mama. Check your text. Oh, I hit the I forgot to hit send. Um, Miss Johnny, why don't you believe that your home has been a war zone? So what are we gonna do about that? You'll see it in a minute. Karen got to see it when I did her reading on Saturday. Your Karen. She got to see it when I did a reading Saturday. Oh, okay. So, okay. My daughter is saying, excuse me a moment. She was saying for my moderators to message the people that we do trust and tell them that I'm on YouTube. She said I can't do it because it may not go through, but for you guys to go through and message the people that we do know and trust and just copy and paste my YouTube and tell them I'm here now at night. This way if they delete my account, we're taken care of. So, Miss Johnny, your next card, I have a hard time looking at this. I have a phobia, and it's believe, may the sea deepen your trust and faith. And I hate the design, the holes on the card. I can't look at it. But Miss Johnny, you got to believe that the decisions that you just made are the right decisions. You got to believe in your ancestors' faith. You got to believe that they got you. Y'all, the design on that card icks me out so bad. Have y'all ever seen dried lotus flowers? I can't look at them. So yeah, it does. So you got to believe in what your ancestors guide you to do. They will never steer you wrong. They will never. Yeah, I have it. Um, I can't do it. Okay, so Monique said we have to type up a generic message like, I've moved over to YouTube with the new name where I'll be doing lives. Do not mention the whole story of what happened in the message. This way they can move over with time. Oh, you got like me. Native American, Irish, and then I've got Caribbean. Yeah, they kind of, yeah. They really like to take their time, but they're hot-headed. I feel for you. My heart goes out to you. Oh, Lord. Let me tell my daughter thank you. The next one, I do. I do. I do. Because look, that little lady over there, before I can even get to the bathroom, as soon as I open my bedroom door, she goes, "Where's my tea?" It's like, Gigi J, if you don't want PEE in your TEA, I suggest you let me go into this door first. But then Tink said something that made sense. Tink said something that made sense because that's the Irish one with red hair. She said, remember, back in her day, they had a pot next to the bed. So you have to explain to her, no longer is there a pot next to the bed. I have to go in this room where the pot is. And I was like, wow, that actually makes sense if you think about it. And so I explained that. Yeah, they had a pot though, a white cast iron and enamel pot that they would sit next to the bed, and that's what they, and then they would go and throw it in the outhouse. So I explained it to her, and this morning she didn't go, "Where's my tea?" She waited for me. Exactly, exactly. She waited for me to go in there, and then look, as soon as I came out of that door, it was, "Where's my tea? I gotta get in the kitchen to make it if you want it hot." Like, lady, please, please. So yeah, you've got to believe in the way they work. And remember earlier how mom got us in talking about how they work versus how we work. We work with anxiety, they work with wisdom. That's a big one, isn't it? Mom just said it. We work with anxiety, they work with wisdom. Wisdom is given over time. Anxiety is what we have because we're paying $7 for eggs. I love it. Look, that seriously intelligent. Seriously intelligent. Best way to handle that. I love it, Miss Johnny. I love it. And Miss Johnny, my moderators are already going to get this. They didn't know this, but they're already going to get this for being the first person that was like, "Black Butterfly Goddess, where did you go? What happened? Where'd you go? And I'm following you wherever you go." You're going to get a free reading, a full reading. So I'm going to send you a special link. I'm going to open that special link because I have to keep it closed most of the time because people have booked on it and taken advantage of it. But I'm sending you a special link, and this way you can book your full reading. Please book ASAP because other people other people will see that link and then try to book, and it is the free link. So, other people will see it and then they're gonna try to book, and then I gotta cancel it and be called every B and H in the world. Um, so yes, for you being the first person to come over, you're getting a free reading. Um, Donna and Karen, you two are also getting that. Um, give me a second. Let me plug my laptop in. Donna, just check your email. Miss Johnny, if you wouldn't mind forwarding that to Karen, I would appreciate it. Why does it say closed? That's crazy for the cruise date. That's weird. Hold on. Let me make sure I did it right. And I know I'm all over the place tonight, but I'm not used to being on here, so Oh, I know why. Hold on. I know why. I know why. Hold on. It should just be no, that doesn't make sense. I didn't block it off. I did not block it off. I didn't block it off, so it should. I'll get it figured out, you guys. Um, I have Calendly. That's what I'm using. I'm just not understanding why the cruise link isn't working because I don't have it blocked off. '30th, the 1st. It's not blocked off. Typically, I would have it blocked off for no schedules, but let me get that figured out and then I'll let you guys know. But it shouldn't be blocked off. It doesn't make sense to me right now. Um, Mama, yes. For all of you who followed me here tonight, you get a free reading. Um, Miss Johnny, the next one, you got to imagine too. Why aren't you guys imagining how big your life could be? Why aren't you imagining how big your life can be? Is it because you're too focused on the details that's happening? Is it because you're too focused on your details of your life now? Imagine how big your life could be. Allow yourself to imagine how big your life can be, and then write it down. Everybody's getting the imagine card tonight, and it's because you guys aren't exactly, but you think of it as too much imagination, and what your people are saying is it's not enough. Write it down. Once you write it down, it becomes one. It's this, then this, then this, then this, then this. Once you write it down, it becomes one big story. And your last card for being on here tonight is shine. You too bright to be dull, okay? You already got rid of what was dulling your shine. You are too bright to be dull, is what my mother said. So that was the 4 cards my mama threw out. But yes, everybody on here, for your first time being on here, for you following me from TikTok, for your love and your support, everyone here is getting a free 1-hour reading, what I just sent over. Moderators and all, I cannot do without them. Nothing I do can be done without them, period. They are the strength and the backbone of what I do. So, Donna, oh, Mama already got your cards out. Reflect. May you discern and distill, and depth. May you immerse and go deeper, Donna. And I think some of that has to do with the card that you got last week. You need to go deeper on that inner child. You thought I forgot what card you got last week. Somebody thought I forgot. I didn't forget. And Miss Karen, let's get you your card. I see y'all scheduling your stuff already. I love it. I love it. I love it. I get notifications on the computer screen and the phone. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Miss Karen, where you at? Your name is coming to the front now. Donna, I feel you. I did too. Were you on here? Aw, shucks. Look, Miss Johnny is on it. Miss Johnny is on it. She's like, not without me, you will. Karen, may you welcome yourself home, belonging. There's somewhere you feel you don't belong. Why is that? Why do you feel like you don't belong somewhere? Or why do you feel like you don't deserve to belong? Is what I'm hearing. It's about that deserving to belong. Thank you, Sean. Is she here? Karen, are you here? Oh, she popped out. Okay. Well, Miss Johnny, let her know she got the belonging card. And Mama was asking her, why does she feel like she doesn't deserve to belong? So that's something she needs to think about. But you guys, I love you to pieces, to Reese's Pieces. I am going to end the live now. It's true. Um, it's true. Um, I'm one of those parents who appeared to not care about my kids' feelings. I cared, but not in the way they needed. You see what I'm saying? And so, that is the truth. Um, but it's also why I chose bums for partners, dusty bums. And it's the truth. It's the truth. I can't say anything about it. I can't say anything about it. And I like I said, I was one of those parents and didn't know, but doesn't matter. Didn't know, but it doesn't matter. But I am trying to move forward now. Not trying because we don't try. I am moving forward now, feeling honored that at least one of them care and at least one of them have allowed me in their life, and trying to move on and look forward, but also give her that space when she's ready, when she feels like she needs to express herself about what she was missing in her childhood without getting offended. Gorilla glue. This woman in that gorilla glue. I love her to pieces, y'all. Let me tell you something. Amina is one of them people you want on your team. She is one of them people, but you can't have her because that's my friend. She my friend. Y'all can't have her. I don't know what to tell you. You need to get you a friend like her, but you can't have her because she my friend. So find yourself a friend. Y'all remember that song? But yeah, but you can't have her because she mine. She mine. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I now I just like I expressed to my daughter yesterday how I feel like I'm failing her, and it gets emotional, how I feel like I'm failing her once again because right now she could use some help with the kids, until she figures something out. And I can't fly. I can't fly because I keep having seizures. And so I expressed to her how I feel like I'm letting her down again because, you know, I know that if I went for a month until she figured things out, it would make her life easier. She would come home to the meals being cooked. The babies would be taken care of. They wouldn't be walking to the bus stop, and I would walk them, and I would take care of the dogs, and I would cook, and I would help her do the laundry, and you know what I mean? And I can't do that right now because I keep having seizures. When you're having seizures, you can't fly. So, I feel so guilty because it's one of the second times in her life that she needed me, and I can't be there because I keep having seizures. And so yeah, I feel like I failed her again. And I expressed that to her yesterday. And she's like, "Mom, you're not failing me." And I'm like, "Yeah, but like this is the way I feel." Oh, you want us to do Bravo on YouTube? Well, guess what? My bestie said she wants to do Bravo. My Gorilla Glue on a wig said she wants to do Bravo. Miss Johnny, we make that joke. Remember that woman who put gorilla, her friends told her to put Gorilla Glue on a wig and they had to shave her whole head to get it off? I'm having too many of them. I'm having too many of them, and that's with rest. Yeah, it's, you recall that story? So Amina says we like Gorilla Glue. We stuck together forever. Yeah, I'm having too many. It's not like, because I what I usually would do when I didn't have them, like 2 or 3 times a week now. When I didn't have them, I used to just rest the night before and make sure I was good, and then I would go ahead and fly, stick a clonazepam under my tongue, and go ahead and fly. But they're too sporadic now. They're too frequent right now for me to be safe to fly. Now, I'm sure that the joy my grandchildren bring me, I wouldn't have one around them. But right now, I am stressed and having to admit over and over and over that I failed my kids. You're right. Having to admit that over and over and over again, it hurts more now that she's allowed me to be in her life because um I didn't feel like I ever deserved to be back in their life. Oh, yes, I have this so I don't have to go to the hospital. They just put me on this, and then I have uh, clonazepam for under the tongue, and then I've got 2 more pills that are in the bedroom. These I just keep all over the house, so that's why it's right here. And this one is an extra one, so that's why it's right here. But yes, I do have the best treatment in the world that you can get. My doctor fought for this. This is 5 grand a month. My doctor fought for that. Um, I don't balcony of the door if you don't stop. She can always get me to laugh. She can always get me to laugh. But sometimes I feel like I did deserve for them to cut me off completely for the rest of their life. Now, the youngest one does hate me. She does hate me. She said it a lot of times. Her actions show it. I send her birthday money. I never get a thank you. I never get an acknowledgement. She hates me. So I never expect to hear from her again. The middle one is close to hating me. Um, the only one who cares right now is the oldest, and she's the one who has the babies. Um, but I have to constantly admit that I failed. I have to constantly admit that I failed because it's not fair to them if I don't. And it's the only way that they'll understand that their truth means something to me. We don't know what they're going to see. We don't know which YouTube where they're going to watch. We don't know which podcast they're going to see me on. And true. But I am taking accountability for the things that I did when they were younger. I am not taking accountability for what has happened after I was kicked out of their life. I am taking accountability for the things that I did which hurt them when they were younger, and my oldest daughter up until she was 20, God, I can't even remember how old she was, 23, 24. Um, I have forgiven myself, but if their truth takes them to a space of not ever wanting to allow me in their life, that's their truth, and that's their right. They're grown women. So, that's what I'm saying. I've forgiven myself already. But if their truth takes them to that space, then that's their truth, and I have to honor their truth. So, you know, she feels like she doesn't care if I live or die. That's her truth. And I care if I live or die. The only thing I fear is that I didn't have contact with my mom for the last 2 years before she passed for reasons that I can't say because it's not my truth. Um, and what I fear, especially having seizures 2 to 3 times a week, is that what if one of those seizures take me and the 2 younger ones didn't have a chance to say goodbye because they think mom's always gonna be here. Like, that's the reality of it. The reality is I have grand mal seizures. I can typically tell when I have them because whatever I ate will be on my mouth or on my pillow. Um, there was stuff on my mouth this morning, um, on my pillow yesterday, on my mouth yesterday. So typically I can tell when I have them by the body pain and what if there's whatever I ate around my mouth or on my pillow. And I just don't want it to get to a point to where the youngest one, I don't even think she would care if one of these took me out. But my middle child, I don't want it to get to a point where she's like, wow, she reached out, she tried to tell me she loves me, and I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't get to say goodbye. And so that's my fear. Um that as active as my seizures are now, um that's a really good idea. I've written a lot of journal entries to them, like dear, blah blah journal entries. I burn them because at one point, and this is before my daughter and I had the discussion about them misunderstanding where I was, thinking I was in Atlanta when I was here. Um, but I'm that's just a really good idea. And Amina, you tell me not to think like that, but you're usually the first person I call or the second person that I call when I have them and I'm scared. And so I have to think about reality. Not what I want, but reality. And the reality of my life right now is there may come a day with the lesions that they just found on my brain when they did my scan in June. Take me to the ancestral plane. And before that happens, I want to say goodbye. Um, they're happening more and more now. It's getting faster and faster now. Um, and I want to be able to be on FaceTime with them or something and tell them, hey, I know I fucked up and you don't have to speak to me ever again. That's your choice as grown people. But I just want to say goodbye in case the lesions on my brain that they just found take me with one of the seizures. And the sad thing is, everyone who checks on me doesn't live anywhere near me. Everyone who can see my camera at night doesn't live anywhere near me. And it's frightening to live 3 miles from a family member, but it would still be 3 to 4 days before anybody found your body. So, and I took all my family off my hospital records because they don't care. None of my family that's here cares whether I live or die. So it would be a few days before anyone found me, and that in and of itself is scary. So I always tell you guys that I speak my truth, whether it's the good truth, the bad truth, or the ugly truth. I am always going to speak my truth. And I hold this in because people say things like, don't say that, but it's reality. Sometimes you have to look at reality. And that's my reality. That if something happened and I don't know, I believe, I do believe that my daughter has access to my camera and she does look and she turns it around to look for me. I had to laugh about that yesterday. I didn't even know the camera moves left to right and up and down, but she'll look for me. And I do believe that if she saw me there for 24 hours not moving, I believe she'd probably call her aunt, but her aunt don't give a fuck. And I believe if it was 48 hours, she works for the airline, she would come up here Yeah, she moves it though. She's figured out how to move it. I believe if she saw me laying there for 48 hours, she would come up here and get the key from her aunt. Her aunt has the keys. But her aunt doesn't care. I've told her I don't know how many times, and even when she left the other day and I gave her the camera access, she goes, "Well, what do I do if you're laying there? If you had a seizure?" And I'm like, "Call 911? Like, what else would anybody else do with it? Like, come over here because you have the key? Scream my name to try to get me to stop seizing?" So, that's the reality. The reality is that I love my children and I hurt them deeply, and it wasn't intentional, but I miss them. But I deserve what they're giving me. But I also don't want them to feel the pain that I felt for 23 years before I found out my mom was with me the whole time. I don't I don't want them to hate Valentine's Day because that's my birthday. And I don't want them to hate the day that I expire because that's the day I expired. I have to have another major back surgery soon. I've got 5 weeks left to heal from this one. And on Friday, they're gonna schedule the next one. I went into this one alone. Nobody was with me. I knew I was loved by Mama Ginger, by Secret Squirrel. I knew that somebody loved me, even though I was there alone. And I'm going into this next one alone again. And it's scary. Good night, Mama. Love you. It's scary. Um, it's sad. It's sad. It's really sad. But I just fear that they won't have the time. And I know my middle child, and she's very strong, but she's also, if something happened to me, she would beat herself up like, why didn't I just call her? Why didn't I just text her? My youngest child would probably be like, the bitch deserved it, if you want me to be honest. Um, but I guess I'll do what you suggested, Ms. Johnny, and write letters to the other two, because I can talk to this one. She talks to me. Thank you, Miss Johnny. I really appreciate that. What state are you in? What state are you in, Miss Johnny? I'm in Virginia. I feel safer saying it on here than I do on TikTok. Ah, okay. I was gonna move to Denver, Oregon, or back to Washington, but now my grandbabies live on the East Coast. So I gotta find somewhere on the East Coast. I want to move to Naples, Florida, because they don't have the big ass flying roaches, because they spray every day. Um, but my bank account doesn't match what I need to move there as of 5:07 a.m. Eastern time on 8/28. So, Virginia sucks. Virginia sucks. This is the way I feel about it. If I'm gonna live somewhere where I feel alone, I might as well be alone. If I'm gonna live somewhere where the person I moved back for doesn't care whether I'm alive or gone, then I'm gonna be somewhere where nobody knows me and cares whether I'm alive or gone. But it hurts more to be here. Who? What do you mean, my sister? My sister don't give a damn. Yeah, I just no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. They live in Atlanta. I'm not going back to Atlanta. Too much trauma. Too much trauma. I want to be near them. I want to be like an hour or 2 hour flight from them. Go to sleep, honey. Love you. Um, thank you, my love. Yeah, but I've got too much trauma in Atlanta. Hold on, excuse me, my daughter's asking me something. Excuse me. So that's my reality. Um, I miss my children and I just want to be able to say goodbye in case something happens. Because with every seizure, there's more of a possibility that that can happen. I wish I had that too to be able to help others. Um, that would be able to help others. Well, guys, I am going to I hear you. I used to be able to take care of people and cook for them and stuff, and That used to fill my heart with joy, but nobody to do that with now. So I just try to fill my day with whatever I can. But you guys, I am going to hop off of here. Thank you for being on here with me. I'm going to figure out what's wrong with this link, Secret Squirrel, um, for this weekend. I'm going to figure out what's wrong with it. Um, Hugs and love to everybody. Thank you for being here with me. And we're going to get those messages out so that the others that we like can join us. Oh, this is my work time. I'll be up all night. Bye, everybody. Thank you.